Alright man, today I'm gonna give y'all a secret on how I can recover 300 to 600 pounds of refrigerant in a day. You know, you can save your customer money, you can have better quotes, get more quotes put in for cheaper prices, keep your customer happy, right? But first off, you know, I'm gonna start off with, these are air-cooled chillers, Yorks by the way. And if you stick around, I'll give you the true secret. But right now, I want you to know that, you know, when you're pulling and recovering refrigerant, you need to have your subcooler. This is one type, one brand right here. There's an in and an out. It's called a molecular transformer. We call it a subcooler. That's old fashioned right there. That's, you know, this secret that I got, nobody knows it, nobody uses it, right? So for one, you gotta have your recovery pump out unit. You gotta have your set of recovery tanks, a scale, you know, and some hoses, right? Cool. Here's the secret to pulling down over 300 to 400 pounds of refrigerant in a day. Nobody knows this secret. What you do is you go over to your HMI panel. All right, you want to manually turn on your condenser fan motors till about 50 to 60%. I say about 60 to 75%. So what you're doing is you got all that vapor refrigerant stacked up in your condenser. You're trying to pull refrigerant from the bottom of it, but you got vapor still stuck in the coils, trapped in every different parts of the chiller. You want to pretty much turn those fans on. That fan will start to take that vapor and condense it down into a liquid, which will allow it to flow down and get to the point of removal. All that refrigerant will flow down and come out of your hoses. You're not gonna have your recovery pump out wide open, and you don't need it because these don't really like liquid. They can handle a little bit of it after a while. But you wanna pretty much also go through your subcooler, cool that down with some water, throw a bucket in the water hose, cool that liquid, constantly keep cooling that liquid, and you will stack it up in your evaporator. You remove the heat from you'll stack it up in your recovery tank, and you will remove that heat a lot faster because these like to build up heat. When you're dumping refrigerant in it, it builds up pressure, builds up heat, and it'll slow down your recovery process. You want to pretty much get that refrigerant as cool as possible. And the secret to that is turning on your condenser fan motors. You like what you heard, man? Like, comment, and subscribe. I got more tips. I'll make another video showing you guys how I set it up and how, the procedures and the methods and all of that good stuff. Scratch the push to pull method. I'm changing the world, man. Let's go, Uncle Diggs.